What's up, my people? So I get a lot of comments asking what's the best e-bike under 1,500 bucks, under 2,000 bucks, under $1,000. A lot of people are looking for the best bike on the market. And I'm just going to say it, there's no such thing as the perfect e-bike, much like there's no such thing as the perfect car or any other item. And I would say this is particularly true in the e-bike market, simply because it's so new. There's still a bunch of new companies coming onto the market every single year, new bikes. So eventually there is going to be a perfect e-bike for everybody, but I don't think that's the case right now. And that's kind of the main reason why I'm riding this bike right now, my custom bike, because nothing on the market fit my very specific needs. Now, I've said that before on the channel, but I've never given my full thought process on how I ended up on this bike. So that's going to be the story time for today. So sit down, get comfortable, grab some hot cocoa, because I am freezing right now. Okay, so I was originally initiated into the PEV world, I think by Casey Neistat back in like 2016. Casey definitely holds a special spot in my heart. He's one of the reasons why I make YouTube videos. But if you guys know about him, and I'm sure basically all of you do, you know that he was huge with the boosted board, and that was an electric skateboard back in 2015 when nobody else was making electric skateboards, and it cost like a ridiculous like 2,000 bucks. Now luckily since then the price has come down. Now you can pick up a Meepo like my friend just did, and that's basically the same thing, and the Meepo costs like $400. And that's the beauty of technology. Things tend to get better and cheaper over time. So that's where my journey into personal electric vehicles began. Unfortunately, I'm not a skateboard guy. But later on in, I think 2017, maybe 2018, Casey did pick up a Super 73. It was like the base model, nothing special about it at all. But when I saw him riding that bike through the city, I was like, okay, the skateboard was kind of weird, but this makes sense. And from that point, I just watched basically every video on YouTube about electric bikes. And that ranged from channels like Electric, which reviews personal electric vehicles. Awesome channel, definitely check it out if you guys don't know about it. As well as vlogging channels like Dylan Thompson. What's going on here? But yeah, Dylan Thompson, he lives in LA and he does vlogs on bikes similar to me. The thing I like about his channel is he does a lot of group rides, so you get to see a lot of various e-bikes and how people kind of ride them in real life, not just in a review video. And that really helped to guide me into what are the commonly used best bikes on the market. And I guess I'll just rapid fire list them off really quick. So in terms of like budget around like $1,000 to $1,500, Ariel Rider has a pretty solid offering. I think it's like $1,000. The 700 series by Ride One Up, I think that bike is a sleeper of a choice. It's a bit more expensive, like $1,700, and it looks more like a traditional bike, which might be off-putting to some people. But watch the review by Electric of that bike, and I think you guys will be pretty impressed. And for around $1,400, $1,500, there's that new juiced ripracer, which I think is another pretty solid choice for the money. And then going one step further, the level above that, without question to me, is the Ariel Rider X Class. For around 2,000 bucks, that's the absolute best bike you can get. It's fat tire, it's full suspension, a 1,000-watt motor, 52-volt system. It's pretty similar to the Super 73, but it's 1,000 bucks less. It doesn't look as nice, but it actually has good performance. And then above that, in my opinion, you're basically just left with the Onyx RCR and the Sur-Ron X. So getting back to me at the start of the show and my progression through all of this, I was first introduced to the Super 73 by Casey Neistat. I did some research. From that point, I watched a lot of reviews and group rides on YouTube, and I came to the conclusion and almost bought the Ariel Rider X Class, because as I just mentioned, that's like one of the absolute best deals on the market right now, in my opinion. Now, the reason why I ultimately didn't buy the X Class is because I came across a very niche bike called Frey, and these are high-performance electric mountain bikes. If you guys do not know about this company and these bikes, I'll leave a video review link down below, and after this video, go and watch it. Yeah, so once I saw that bike, it kind of opened up my eyes. I mean, there's literally footage of people riding these bikes up staircases. That's how capable these bikes are. And they come in at around $3,000 to $4,000 depending on the model, which is pretty close to the upper end models of the Super 73, which is kind of hilarious. So even though the Ariel Rider X Class is one of the absolute best deals in e-bikes, after seeing the capability of those Frey electric mountain bikes, I was hooked. The only thing I didn't like about the Frey bikes was, well, there's two things. The first was the batteries. So they're actually only 48 volt systems. From what I saw, they still have plenty of power because they use mid-drive motors, so they benefit from the gears of the bike, and they're also powerful, like 1.5 kilowatts. But the second thing is that this is a mainland Chinese company, so it's kind of difficult to buy the bike. It's not impossible, you can do it, but you have to like email the company, go back and forth with a sales rep, and then import it, which is going to take like a month. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal because I bought my e-bike kit off of Alibaba and had to import it from China, so I went through the same basic steps anyway. So if those Frey bikes were a little bit cheaper, because as mentioned, $3,000 to $4,000 is definitely on the higher end, plus you have to tack on the shipping, which is probably $500 to $600 additional dollars, and if they came with a 52 or 72 volt battery, then I totally would have bought that bike instead of what I did here. And that finally leads me to what I'm sitting on right now, which is my custom built electric mountain bike, and that's how I got here. I basically modeled this after the Frey electric mountain bikes. So this is a full suspension mountain bike, 27.5-inch tires, and the kit I have on this is 72 volts and a 2000 watt motor, so even more powerful than the Frey mountain bikes. As mentioned, I had to import the kit from China, so that took about a month to get the battery and the motor, but all in, the price is only about $2,000. So I ended up saving quite a bit of money by doing it myself. So that's the rant for today. If you guys are still watching and enjoyed, leave the video a like, guys, okay? By now you should know that it helps out significantly with the almighty YouTube algorithm. I'm gonna let the GoPro record for a little bit longer, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go high speed here.